Okay, students, good morning. The class is going to be recorded. Today is November 9 of November, yes. And we are going to begin the class, students. I'm going to show you the information to work today. Okay, students, I'm going to show you the information that is here, right? Okay, students, today is November 8th. Excuse me. Today is November 9. Yes. Monday, November 9, 2021. And we are going to start with the class. Yes. Okay, students, remember that we have fruits. Okay, this is the vocabulary that we are going to use today. We have the vocabulary. Here we have the pear, apple, pear, orange, banana, peach, plum, avocado, grapes, lemons, pineapple, cherries, and here we have watermelon and strawberries. So these are fruits, students. And here we have the apple. Yes, apple and pear. Here we have the apple and pear. Apple, pear. They are fruits and they are very, very delicious. Apple, pear. And also we have the orange and banana. Yes, orange and banana. The orange is delicious. The orange juice and the banana also is nice. Yes, orange, banana, apple, pear, orange, banana, and here we have the peach and plum. Peach and plum. Yes, here we have the peach and here we have the plum. That is the fruits, very, very delicious. And also here we have the avocado, students. Avocado, that is nutritious. Yes, avocado, avocado. And here we have the grapes, students. Grapes. And also the lemons. Here we have the lemons that you know this fruit, lemon, or maybe plural, that is going to be lemons. And also we have the pineapple, student. Pineapple. That also is a delicious fruit. And here we have the cherries. Cherries. People love cherries. And also we have the watermelon. The watermelon that is totally different to the melon. Student, the watermelon is totally different to the melon. Here we have the watermelon. Yes. And here we have the melon. And also we have the strawberries, students. Straw. Strawberries. Yes, strawberries with cream or strawberries and cream that they are very delicious for breakfast. We have the tangerine. Yeah, the tangerine that is also a nutritious and delicious fruit. And we have the kiwi. Yes. So today we are talking about fruits that they are nice. What are we going to study today? What are we going to do with the fruits, students? Today, we are going to talk about there is, there are. So we are going to refresh. We are going to refresh information. Yes, because ustedes conocen el there is y el there are. You know the functions. Today we are going to refresh porque lo vamos a combinar. We are going to make a combination like a sandwich. We are going to make like a sandwich. We are going to make a combination of different vocabulary. Vamos a escoger el there is y el there is. El there are son las partes de la almohadilla con las vamos a hacer el sandwich combinándolo con different vocabulary. Recordándoles a ustedes, student, that there is and there are, they are expletive. ¿Qué es un expletive, student? An expletive is a word that indicates what there is or what there are. The expletive es una palabra que nosotros utilizamos para indicar qué es lo que hay en un lugar. The expletive is a word that is used to indicate what there is or what there are. Yes, what there is or what there are. Lo que hay en un lugar. That is. So, for example, you are going to indicate there is a lemon when it's singular. There is a house, of course. There is an onion, for example, or there is an airport. There is some cake. There is some flour. So you are going to use this to indicate what? To indicate what there is in a picture. For example, in picture here we have picture number 1 and here we have picture number 2. ¿Qué expletivos vamos a utilizar? There is, there are. So according to the picture number 1 and picture number 2, we are going to use there is one pig. There are 5 lemons. There is one pig. There are 5 lemons. Siempre que vayamos a utilizar el there are, we are going to indicate cantidad. Pero si de pronto es complicado para nosotros decir la cantidad, porque no lo podemos calcular, we are going to use there are some lemons. There is one pig. There is one pig. There are some lemons. But si quiero decir la cantidad, you are going to say there are 5 lemons. Yes, there are 5 lemons. For example, here you are going to say there is one pig. There is a fence. There are yellow flowers. There are a lot of trees. There is a blue sky. Yes. So we are going to use there is, there are to indicate what is there. Yes. In a place. For example, here we have a test, a simple test, un examen súper sencillo where you are going to indicate there is or there are. Yes. For example, here we have one boy, one car, bananas, one park, 5 watermelons, one mother, chickens, and one chicken. So according with the expletive, there is or there are, what are you going to use? According with the expletive, students, there is or there are, what are you going to use? Yes. Okay, teacher. Number one, there is a boy. Number 2, there is a car. Number 3, there are bananas. Number 4, there is a park. Number 5, there are 5 watermelons. Number 6, there is a mother. Number 7, there are chickens. And number 8, there is a chicken. Remember, si yo no sé la cantidad exacta, por ejemplo, there are 5 watermelons. Yes, you are going to say there are some watermelons. For example, like the bananas. There are bananas. There are some bananas. So that's what we are going to use. We are going to use there is and we are going to use there are to indicate lo que hay. Siempre que yo quiera indicar qué es, siempre que yo quiera obtener información acerca qué es lo que hay en un lugar, students, I'm going to use what is there. Cuando yo quiera saber, o si yo quiero saber qué hay en un lugar, yo pregunto what is there. What is there in a discotheque? ¿Qué hay en una discoteca? What is there in the class? Yes. What is there in the refrigerator? Siempre que yo quiera investigar, excuse me, qué es lo que hay en un lugar, the question is going to be, what is there? And the answer is going to be, there is one, for example, or maybe there are three. But remember that all the time, there is and there are expletive to indicate existence. There is one bed, singular. There are two beds. Si usted llega a un lugar, you arrive to a place and you want to know what there is in that place, you are going to say, what is there? All the time, the question is going to be, what is there? What is there? For example, here we have this. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we have, and the question is, for example, students, number 1, what is there in the picture? Remember that that is the question. What is there in the picture, student? What is there in the picture?
There is a dog.
Yes, there is a dog. Remember the question all the time. What is there in the picture? Student, what is there in the picture?
There
What is there
are
in the
some
picture?
bananas.
There are some bananas. Yes, there are some bananas, of course. There are some bananas. Remember the question all the time. What is there in the picture? Student, what is there in the picture? There is one cashew. In Spanish, cashew. Student, in Spanish, cashew. Remember the question, student, all the time. What is there in the picture? Student, what is there in the picture?
There is a car, teacher.
Yeah, of course. Yes, there is a car. Perfect. There is a car. There is a car. Remember the question. All the time the question is, what is there in the picture? What is there in the picture? Student, what is there in the picture?
There are three donkeys.
Okay, very good. There are three donkeys. Yes? ¿Por qué le coloqué yo el she? El she es cuando usted quiere indicar si son machos o hembras para cualquier perro. A gato, animal. There are she three donkeys que son femeninos. Or maybe you can say there are three he donkeys. Si usted no quiere especificar, usted solamente dice there are three donkeys. Yes? Oh, beautiful dog. It's a beautiful dog. Okay, that's nice. Perrito o perrita? It's a she dog. Or is a he dog. Yes. Like you say for people, when you are going to talk about the people, is a boy, is a girl. For the animal, is a he rabbit, or is a she rabbit. Yes. So that's different. Okay, student. Remember okay, what is there in the picture, student? It's very easy. There are three hands. Students, this one that is very difficult. What is there in the picture, students? What is there in the picture?
There are mamon.
There are mamones, okay, there are mamones, or there are some mamones. There are some mamones. Okay. Student, what is there in the picture? What is there in the picture, student?
There is a house.
There is a house. Yes, student. Very good. There is a house. Remember that all the time we are going to use there is or there are. Okay, student. What about this? Complete using there is and there are, students. Number one, a police car.
There is a police car.
What about number two? Two kids.
There are two kids.
What about a butterfly?
There is a butterfly.
There is
That is a butterfly. What about number four? A few birds. A few birds.
there are few girls.
There are a few birds. Very good. There are a few birds. What about number five? Some cherries.
There are some cherries, teacher.
There are some cherries. Yes. What about number six? A monkey.
There is a monkey.
There is a monkey. What about number seven? Many flowers, students.
There are many flowers.
There are many flowers. And what about number eight? Three children.
There are three
There are
children.
two children.
There are three children. Yes. And here are the answers. There is a police car. There are two kids. There is a butterfly. There are a few birds. There are some cherries. There is a monkey. There are many flowers. And there are three kids. Hey, that is very nice. What about this? Volunteer. Number one, number two, number three, and number four. Volunteer. There seven monkeys in the tree. Number two, there a fish in the water. Number three, there no crocodile, excuse me. There are no crocodile in the river. And number four, there are two boys in the classroom. Volunteer number one, number two, number three, number four. Remember that we are using there is or there are because we are going to indicate existence.
Yeah, teacher, number one, there are seven monkeys in the tree.
And what about number two?
There is a fish in the water.
What about number three?
There are there is no crocodile in the river.
Yeah, there is no crocodile in the river. What about number four, Lady Marianne?
There are two boys in the classroom.
Very good. There are seven monkeys in the tree. There is a fish in the water. There is no crocodile in the river. And number four, there are two boys in the classroom. Another volunteer for number five, six, seven, and eight.
Me, teacher. Our
Okay, what's your name? What's your name?
Jennifer.
Okay, Jennifer.
There are 5 erasers on the floor.
Okay.
There is a bird flying in the air. There are 10 ants on the wall.
Yes.
There is a new teacher in a school.
There is a new teacher in the school. Yes. Okay, student. And here are the answers, of course. There are 7 monkeys. There is a fish. There is no crocodile. There are 2 boys. There are 5 erasers on the floor, and there is a bird flying in the air. So, student, remember that we are using there is and there are to indicate existence. ¿Por qué? Porque uno quiere saber qué es lo que hay en ese lugar. Okay, student, volunteer. What is there in the picture? What is there in the picture? What are the fruits that you identify? Tell me the names of the fruits and tell me the what is there in the picture. Lady Marianne.
And teacher, there are 5 apples. There are 3 grapes. There are 8 lemons, and there are um, 9 cherries.
Yes, okay, very good. There are 9 cherries. There are 8 lemons. There are 5 apples, and there are some grapes. Yes. What about this, students? What is there in the picture? What is there in the picture?
Teacher, there are pineapple.
Yeah, there are pineapples.
Pineapple. And there are strawberry.
Yes, there are pineapples and there are strawberries. Pay attention, yes, that Jennifer no indicó la cantidad. Solamente dijo, teacher, there are apples and there are excuse me, there are pineapples and there are strawberries. Excellent. Other option, teacher, there are some pineapples and there are some strawberries. Other option, teacher, there are 6 pineapples and there are 10 strawberries. So hay 3 diferentes opciones. There are 3 different options. So student, today, what are we going to study? We are going to study around town. We are going to talk about places in the neighborhood and instructions. Yes. For example, here we have picture number 1, picture number 2, picture number 3, and picture number 4. Okay, student, what do you see in picture number 1? What is that? Is a pineapple? No, teacher, that is like it's a part of the city. It's like a cathedral. Okay, yeah, it's like a big church. When you are talking about a big church, it's like a cathedral. Okay, student, what about number 2, 3, and 4? Number 4 is the control of a subway. Yes, it's where the Orient is the Asian people. Yeah, maybe they are Chinese, maybe they are Japanese, maybe they are Vietnamese, they are, that is the matrix, the headquarter of the public service. And in number 3 is a boutique. The man is observing in a boutique, in a store. Yes, maybe that person wants to buy something. And number 2 It's like restaurants. It's a section of the city where you are going to find places to eat. And here we have places. For example, here we have a restaurant. Here we have a cafe and a post office, movie theater, police station, fire station, supermarket, hospital, a park. Okay, a park, and over there are fruits and vegetables. So, class, these are sections of your neighborhood. So, in your neighborhood, you find different things. Yes, there is a bus stop. There is a bus stop. There is a movie theater. So, as you can see, there are different places in the town. Yes, and around town, what do we have, student? Around town, we find a hospital. Maybe in your neighborhood, you have a hospital. Yeah, because maybe you live near that place. Okay, students, so you find a hospital, and also maybe there is a drugstore near in your neighborhood. And also you can find a police station in your neighborhood. You find a police station, or maybe you find a restaurant. You find a restaurant in your neighborhood, and also you can find a mini market similar to the Ara and the other Justo y Bueno, or maybe the one. Or sometimes you can find a grocery store, student, where you can buy different things. And also maybe there is a university in the neighborhood where you live, a university and a supermarket, also where you can buy groceries, and also a beauty parlor for the girls. Remember that the beauty parlor is for the girls, and for the boys and men, there is a barber shop. Yes, a barber shop, and also a shopping mall. And also there is a church. That is a small place where you are going to talk, converse. And also there is a gas station, students, where you can buy gas. Sometimes in the gas station, you can find a mini market. And also you find a playground, student. Yes, here in Colombia, we call a park, but that is not a park. That is a playground, student. A playground is because it's for kids to play. And also there is a bank you can visit, a cafeteria where you can drink something, a snack, a soft drink, a post office, a post office student, and also a park. Okay, yes, this is a park. This is a park. This is Central Park in the United States. This is a park in Barranquilla, and this is a playground, student. Don't confuse. Yes, maybe if you met an American, hey, let's go to a park. Si le dicen ustedes a un amigo americano que van para un parque, él se va a imaginar esto, que van para un parque o algo parecido como esto, que van para un parque. Pero si quieren ir a un parque para niños, para que los niños se entretengan, tienen que decir, let's go to a playground. So that is the, and also in your neighborhood, a high school. Yes. So student, question, what is there? What is there in your neighborhood? Teacher, there is a post office in my neighborhood. What is there in your neighborhood? Teacher, there is one post office in my neighborhood. Or maybe, teacher, there are post offices in my neighborhood. Or maybe, teacher, there are two post offices in my neighborhood. And also, there is a flower shop in my neighborhood. There is a flower shop in my neighborhood. There is a gas station in my neighborhood. There is a gas station in my neighborhood. Oh, teacher, and there is a gym in my neighborhood. Oh, teacher, there are a gas station and a gym in my neighborhood. Okay, so you can combine when you are going to indicate what there is in your neighborhood. Or maybe, teacher, there are two gas stations. Or maybe there is a pawn shop in my neighborhood. So those places are important because you are going to indicate, students, what is there. And then people, student, people talk about what? People talk about neighborhoods. Yes? For example, here we have Amy Johnson, 32, is a medical researcher. And she says, okay, what is the name of the neighborhood? Park View. Yes, that is the name of the neighborhood. Well, Park View is convenient. Park View is convenient. There is a big supermarket and some nice stores, but there is no mall in Parkview. We need a mall. So Parkview is the neighborhood. Like when you are talking about Barranquilla, when you are talking about Prado, when you are talking about Recreo, when you are talking about Delicias, San Jose, La Ciudadela, Sevillar, Revolo, there are different places that you can talk. So here, Amy Johnson is expressing their opinion about the neighborhood. And here we have Paul Johnson, that is 33, and he's a stockbroker. What is the profession of a stockbroker? When you talk in the, when you works, excuse me, in the stock, in la bolsa de valores. Mm, yeah, Parkview is nice. There are two nice outdoor cafes and a couple of movie theaters. There is a new swimming pool in the park. We have a beautiful little park. It's good. So expresses your opinion about the neighborhood. And Stacy King, that is 19, is a college student, is a university student. And they say, oh, in my opinion, Parkview is boring. There is no place to go. I mean, there is no mall, no fast food places, just expensive restaurants. Oh, a small park. So everybody has a different point of view about the places that they are living. So student, what are you going to do? Student, you are gonna say, where do you live? I live in Los Cedros neighborhood. Yes. Teacher, I live in Los Cedros neighborhood, or maybe I live in Sevillar neighborhood, or I live in Los Almendros neighborhood. Remember that you are talking about the place where you live, or maybe I live in Prado neighborhood. Yes. So then this is when you are going to answer the question, student. This is when you are going to answer the question, where do you live? This is when you are going to answer the question, where do you live? Where do you live? I live in Prado neighborhood. Where do you live? I live in Los Almendros neighborhood. Okay. So you are going to indicate, ¿y qué hay en tu barrio? Oh, teacher, there is a hospital. There are hospitals. Teacher, I live in San Jose neighborhood. Okay. In my neighborhood, there is a barber shop and there is a church. And also, there is a butcher. No, 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 no. There are two butchers. Yes. So that is what you are going to do. The teacher is going to ask you two questions. Yes. The teacher is going to ask you two questions. Where do you live? I live in Las Moras neighborhood. What is there in Revolo neighborhood? Yes. So students, you are going to tell me what there is in your neighborhood. Where do you live? I live in Revolo neighborhood. What is there in Revolo neighborhood? You are going to indicate. I live in Las Moras neighborhood. What is there in Las Moras neighborhood? In Las Moras, there is a gym, there is a hospital, there are two churches. So student, you are going to tell me what, where do you live and what is there in your neighborhood, student. 5 minutes to prepare. 5 minutes to prepare. 5 minutos para que se preparen, students. 5 minutes. Okay, student, volunteer to express what is there. Okay, students, volunteer to express where do you live and what there is over there. For example, a student, what is there in the neighborhood? Teacher, there is a bank, there is a Chinese restaurant, there is a bookstore, and there is a park. Yes, okay, there is a park. There is a grocery store. There is a parking lot. Oh, there are two grocery stores. Yes, one on Davis Street and the other on Maple Street. There is a music store, there is a payphone, there is a bank. There are two banks, one in Maple Street and the other on Main Street. There is an Italian restaurant. Oh, there are two restaurants. So you are going to what you see or what is there. Y eso como lo vamos a utilizar, student, we are going to use that besides when you finish, when you express that. Si usted quiere indicar en qué lugar se encuentran esos lugares, you are going to use the prepositions of place. The prepositions of place are very important because they are going to indicate, students, they are going to indicate where is, or maybe where are the things. Those are the prepositions of place. Yes. For example, in, of course, in, that's it, student. Or maybe you are going to indicate on, over there. Or maybe what about under? Yes. Or maybe next to, or behind, in front of, or between, student. And what do we use, student, to indicate this? When we are going to express this, we are going to use there is. For example, there is a car. Remember that there is indicate existence. There is a car next to my house. So you are going to indicate existence. So you are going to indicate dónde está y qué hay. So you are going to indicate lo que hay and you are going to indicate dónde está inmediatamente, student. So for example, in the, so all the time you are going to indicate inside of something. There is a ball in the box. There is a ball in the box. Remember that here we have in the, or here we have on the. Para indicar las calles, uno siempre dice on Murillo Street, on 20 de Julio Street, on Olaya Herrera Street, yes, or Avenue, on Via 40. There is a ball on the box, so you are going to indicate existence. Also, you are going to use the preposition under to indicate that is in an inferior place. There is a ball under the box. There is a ball under the box. Or maybe there is one ball under the box. The ball is under the box. There is one ball under the box. Teacher, y si uno quiere utilizar el there is, si no quiere utilizar el there is, utiliza solamente the ball. The ball is under the bus. Next to. Hay una bola o una pelota al lado de la caja. Yes. The other option, student, is that you are going to say this way, the ball is next to the box. That's it. So that is two options. You are going to indicate there is, or maybe you are going to indicate the ball is next to the box. That is your decision. Si quiere indicar de que hay algo, yes, there is one ball next to the box. Como ayer que yo estaba en el supermercado, le dije al señor, "Ay, mira, hay un billete en el piso." Okay, there is a bill on the floor. O si solamente quiere indicar la ubicación, el billete está en el piso. No le estoy avisando a nadie. Okay, student behind. Okay, behind the student. There is one ball behind the box. And the other is going to be in front of the. In front of the. There is a ball in front of the box. Student, and the other one is going to be between the, when you are going to indicate that the ball is between the boxes. There is one ball between the boxes. So in that way, what are we going to use, student? In that way, we are going to indicate dónde están las cosas. The ball is in the box. Yes. And this is important, student. Yes. This is important. Why is it important? Because aquí nosotros podemos indicar dónde están ubicados los places, locations. Yes, we are going to indicate locations. For example, the police station is next to the fire station. The parking lot is between the post office and the police station. The movie theater is in back of the post office. The bus depot is next to the movie theater. Yeah. So the park is between the hospital and the restaurant. The park is between the hospital and the restaurant. And here we have another neighborhood, that is the Park View. Yes. There is a Cafe Ole. There is a Super Six Cinema. There is a gym. There is a bookstore. There is a restaurant. There is an Ocean Grill for barbecue. There is an Avalon restaurant. So, and then, si usted quiere indicar la ubicación, you say, okay, the cinema is next to the gym. The gym is between the bookstore and the cinema. And what other do you use, student? Maybe you use behind, in front of, next to, between, inside, outside. Look at this. Si quiero indicar la ubicación de al que está en la calle, usted dice on First Street, on the corner of Main and First Street. Y si quiere indicar que están frente a frente atravesando la calle, you are going to say across. Yes. And then here you are going to have this, student. Excuse me. This one is better. Yes, it's better this way. So student, here you can see if you are going to indicate location expressions behind, in front of, next to, between, inside, outside, on First Street, on the corner of Main and First. So, and then you are going to indicate, for example, the drugstore, all Flex, all Rex drugstore is next to the Eddie's Electronic. Freeman's department store is in back of the drugstore and electronic. Y como digo que está en la esquina, ok. Freeman Department Store is on the corner of Lincoln Street and 3rd Avenue. Yes. Or maybe you can say that the Seaside Pizza is on 2nd Avenue. That's it. Or maybe it's between Beach Street and Main Street. So it's your decision. Y si quiere indicar de que algo está cara con cara, que están frente a frente, usted puede decir, for example, let's look for another one. The gas station is across. It is electronic. You can say that. Like you say, Sao Portal del Prado is across from Plaza de la Paz. Is across from Plaza de la Paz or is opposite to Plaza de la Paz. So you are going to indicate that. So a student, that was the class for today. And this is the last class of the course. Hoy es la última clase del curso donde vamos a ver el there is y el there are, indicando que era lo que había en el barrio. Ok, students. En la próxima clase nosotros vamos a hacer el parcial. Quedaría para